of people think I hate on Jake Paul. I don't hate on Jake Paul. So I honestly think this is probably the best test that Jake Paul's gonna have. No disrespect to the oil worker and the pizza boy who was delivering pizzas before he fought Jake Paul. I just rather see Jake Paul do these type of fights. Like fight guys who are gonna give you a challenge, because I've seen him here, he's gotten better right here. Like right here, he's at the edge of the like, oh, you basically go on this show and you go like I said, I love what Jake Paul is doing, because I think Jake Paul he's been able to do a lot for the sport of boxing.
Whoever moves first loses the fight. You moved. You moved your lip, bro. Zoom in on the edit.
Because he quivered first.
No, you went like
I was mocking you, and you went like
that,
this.
bro.
You went like that.
Now, if Jake Paul uses that jab and moves and ducks and it frustrates Perry, then we can see, you know, Mike Perry come up with the L. What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel. We have a brand new breakdown for you. This breakdown is Jake Paul taking on Nate Diaz. Obviously, Nate Diaz just fought Jorge Masvidal. He came away with a unanimous decision. And now we have my man, Mike Perry, who's stepping in to take on Jake Paul. Mike Tyson had to bow out because he had medical emergency. And now Mike Perry, King of Violence, Platinum, Mighty Award winner, Athlete Award winner 2023 Athlete of the Year, is taking on Jake Paul in a boxing match. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and also hit the bell to go live when we're breaking this fight down to see what Jake Paul did to Nate Diaz to win this fight, and what can Jake Paul do to Mike Perry when they fight. Make sure you stay tuned and watch it out. What's up? Okay, so here is beginning of the first round. Now, Jake Paul does move very well, right? Like right there, he moves good. He understands the void, right? I think the biggest thing that Jake Paul doesn't have yet, but he will get it if he keeps on boxing, is learning how to throw the, just being better about throwing the punches, right? So already Jake Paul is moving really good right here. Like right here, he's at the edge of the void against Nate Diaz. Actually, Nate Diaz, he is right here. I have to go where the foot is. Just because his arm is here, he's still got to cross, because he's going to be able to generate the most power when his feet are underneath his shoulders, right? So that is going to be the biggest thing for Nate Diaz getting to Jake Paul. But Jake Paul is doing a good job of being very light on his feet, going back and forth in the void and out of the void, and trying to make Nate Diaz miss. Typically, when your opponent takes a stance like this, they're looking to counter because they're waiting on their feet and they're sitting there trying to catch you coming in. So that was the first thing I noticed right off the bat when I was watching this fight. Now they're both waiting. Now, this is a game of speed. Who's going to make a decision, the wrong decision? Misses that. But see how Jake Paul gets right back in the middle? Beautiful job from Jake. And granted, Nate Diaz is a southpaw. So already, Jake Paul is doing something that you typically don't want to do against... ooh, big shots. Beautiful right hand from Jake. Ooh. Damn, he fucking Nate up. Get out of there, Nate. Get out of it. See, right here, these are the things that Jake hasn't really got. Once again, this is Jake Paul's 6th, 7th fight. Jake Paul hasn't got to the point where he's right here. We're gonna yeah. Okay, beautiful first round from Jake Paul. Got on Nate Diaz. He was getting behind the shoulder. He gets there and he's not picking a shot. He's just throwing stuff that hit his face. He was doing a good job of circling to the right side against a southpaw, which is you go outside their lead leg to land the right hand, and he was doing that when he hurt Nate Diaz. But at the beginning of the round, he was circling in front of Nate Diaz's power. All right, here we go, round 2. right, and this is where Nate Diaz shines when he gets on his opponents. Okay, here we go. All right. Remember we talked about head position? The head position is very important in boxing to keep your head on top. Don't have your head be down. Round 4. Nice check hook from Jake. Nice double jab from Jake. All right, and see now you see Jake circling the right way. All right, and see this is just Jake not having this, not the what's it called, looking for right here. Okay, let's see who does. Uppercut, beautiful uppercut from Jake, and it's just one single shot. Nate responds with the same thing. So it was a wash. Actually, Jake took more damage there. I'm thinking, how did Jake win this fight? Okay, round 5. Nate, you see how Jake's being cautious? When you get to this point in somebody, he's not in a position to fight right now, right? Nate's his body position is going that way, right? He's sideways, but he's looking that way. He's looking like this. Right? He's looking like that. So when you have something like that, this is when you feint. You feint to see what the response is, and then you come in hard after it. You feint at the edge of the board, and you come in hard after it. Let's see what Jake Paul decides to do. Feint, good. Hit him with the right hand. That's good. Now look where they're at. They're back in again. Good jab. See, now Jake looks more good. See, let's see if Jake's gonna go to the body. Good. Now, once the other guy comes after him, that's where Jake has the most problem. And Nate Diaz is very, very unorthodox when it comes to his style of fighting. Like, oh, okay, let's back it up real quick. That was a beautiful check hook coming in, check hook into the void by Jake Paul. He's here, comes in, steps in, throws a check hook, hits, and that's a beautiful check hook from hook from Jake Paul. 90-degree angle, lands right flush, 90-degree angle right on Nate Diaz's head, and this is the biggest part of the fight where he drops Nate Diaz. Right there. That was the biggest shot of the fight. Beautiful left hook to the cranium of Nate Diaz. Okay, and look, he comes right ahead. Wee, big shot. Good job going to the body. Going back up top. Beautiful uppercut. See, Jake Paul can see things. Like I really see Jake Paul do this. Beautiful. Like, this stuff right here is good. This is all good work from Jake Paul. Great work from Jake Paul. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. And see, a lot of people think I hate on Jake Paul. I don't hate on Jake Paul. I just rather see Jake Paul do these type of fights. Like, fight guys who are going to give you a challenge, because me seeing him here, he's gotten better from this fight. It's not like he got worse, right? This fight's only going to make him better. Like, and maybe there's not a lot of MMA guys who want to fight Jake Paul. Maybe that's it. Look, they're fighting in there. Yep. Lock him down. Like, look at that. That was a beautiful uppercut. Beautiful 1-4, excuse me. Beautiful overhand right. And Nate Diaz is just very, very durable. Very good about keeping the pressure on somebody. Like those little shots those shots are annoying. They're not going to end the fight, but they add up. It's an annoyance. It's like a fly in front of your face. Okay, round 8. Misses. And this is where I like to see, what's his name? Jake Paul get better at, is when he gets in this position right here. He's got, I think I would love to see him learn how to shift his weight when he throws in that shell. Kind of like what Canelo does. Like here, it's almost like, get off me, get off me, get off me. Right? He's there. He's in the position. You could throw, this is a beautiful combination you can do. It's a 3-piece combination. You go 6, 3. Then you have your choice. You go 2 to the head. You go 6, 3, 2 down the pipe. You go 6, 3, 3 to the body, uppercut. Or you can go 6, 3, body, uppercut, and drop the weight down the center. You basically go on this shell and you go, bah, 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 bah. It's a quick da 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 when you're in this position, because you're loaded up, the target's there. It's basically bag work. The opponent is a bag right now because Nate Diaz isn't going to go anywhere. Nate Diaz is staying right in front of him like a bag would. The only difference is this bag's going to hit back. But as long as you lock your jaw and pop, 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 you'll be fine. That's why I want to see the evolution of Jake Paul. Like, I think he does a good job of running and hitting certain ways. But that's what I want to see. Like right here. Boom. Single shot. That uppercut landed. Like Nate Diaz is doing it now, but Nate Diaz is doing it as arm punches. He's not pop, pop, pop. Right here. That was your 6-3. That was your right there. You said it's an arm punch. It's not a boom. Beautiful angle from Nate Diaz. Beautiful angle. Round 9. Right there. That's good. Check hook. Get out of the way. Yep. Good footwork from Jake. Beautiful right hand. Right? You see, it's always an arm punch. It's always an arm punch. I see, this is where Nate beats him up because he runs. He's running right now, and Nate just walks him down because he gets there, and it's always a single shot from Jake Paul. You get Jake Paul at this point right here. You get him this close, and then you posture, and then he's going to run. Then you get on him. That's what I would tell Mike. Train him, cha-cha-cha-cha, show a couple of shots, then get on him. Beautiful right hand from Nate. I mean, what's his name? Jake. But that's where Jake gets beat up the most, when he backs up. When he's going forward, he does really well. This is the final round. But he's got a good, like, right hand. Look at Jake Paul just holding him. Let go, dude. Let go. Right there. Off the angle, it's fine. It's beautiful. See, right there, that was That's where Jake Paul's missing, I think. Right here, boom. Look at that body shot, so open. You go pop, boom, pop, boom, boom, up. That's the like, those are the shots he's missing when he's fighting, but instead he turns off to the angle. Turns off the angle, great angle. But boom, look at that shot. Right hand right there, boom, right there. But he just gets away. Beautiful uppercut, but it's one up, it's one shot. And this was MMA fight, he would have been finished. Beautiful right hand from, excuse me, left hand from Nate Diaz. But great fight from Jake Paul, but he looks, I mean, like I said, I love what Jake Paul is doing. I just want to see Jake Paul have these fights against guys who aren't as young as him, because I think Jake Paul he's been able to do a lot for the sport of boxing. You know, Manny Sereno and other athletes as well, even MMA fighters like Nate Diaz and Tyron really got their biggest paychecks from this gentleman. I mean, great fight. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Jake Paul can do to Mike Perry, because he was getting ready to fight Mike Tyson. Now, Mike Perry is a totally different beast. Mike Perry just walks across the void, gets in your face. We had him on a mighty cast, and he was like, I'm going to be all over Jake Paul, white on rice. And I think Mike Perry can beat him, because Mike Perry can get in his face across the void to be all over him. Now, if Jake Paul uses that jab and moves and ducks and it frustrates Perry, then we can see, you know, Mike Perry come up with the L. But what about an opportunity for Mike Perry to be able to fight Jake Paul? So, boys, if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you guys come back to watch the live instant reaction. We will see you guys at the next one.